On iBrand News Now, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozekhome, says the appointment of the new acting Inspector General of Police is illegal and unconstitutional. Joint Committee on Vaccination says Britain should not give Oxford AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine to under 30s. Africa's retail giant ShopRite Holdings Limited plans to dispose of its Nigerian subsidiary. Hello and thanks very much for joining us on News Now. I'm Michael Nard. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo has challenged the newly appointed Acting Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to restore confidence and the dignity of the Nigeria Police Service. Osinbajo gave the task when he decorated the Acting Inspector General of Police with his new rank at the conference room of the Vice President's office, State House, Abuja, on Wednesday. The Vice President performed the decoration on behalf of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is currently on medical checkup in the United Kingdom. Osinbajo urged the new police boss to ensure that the Nigeria police live up to expectations and comply with the rule of law. Still, on the new IGP, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozekhome, has described the appointment of new Acting Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, as illegal and unconstitutional. Ozekhome contended that Baba's appointment negated provisions of federal character as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution as amended. The activist argued that the president lacks the power to single-handedly appoint the IGP. He said the president can only appoint an IGP in conjunction with the Nigeria Police Council, comprising himself as chairman, all the 36 state governors, the chairman of the Police Service Commission, and the IGP. Meanwhile, the appointment of Usman Al-Khali Baba as the Acting Inspector General of Police has been met with mixed reactions. Some Nigerians have praised the change, which comes at a critical time when the country is experiencing security challenges, while others are of the opinion that political and tribal sponsors of terrorism and banditry will mar efforts of the acting IGP. iBrandTV took to the streets of Lagos to get reactions on the task ahead of the new IGP.
I think by replacing IG is not going to solve the problem. It's just a changing of a name. It can't solve the problem because the security challenges in Nigeria is beyond the IG things. It's political.
Well, every one of them are okay, whoever is there. But the problem we have, if he's trying to make things to be possible, others are not trying to make it possible because a lot of people make gains from it. Are you getting me? A lot of it, because if some people are making gain from this banditry, from this kidnapping, other things. So even though if he's trying to make things to work better, some doesn't want it to be better. That's the problem we're having in Nigeria here.
Me, police is good because they solve my problem for me. Even when Lagos State police disappoint me, Ogun State police, they help me. So for me, police is working.
It's better Nigerians should accept him and give him a try. Okay? If he cannot perform well, it can also be changed.
No fewer than 85 fleeing inmates have returned to Owerri Correctional Center, which was attacked in the early hours of Monday by unknown gunmen. 1,884 inmates were freed when the gunmen struck the Correctional Center and the Imo State Police Command headquarters in Owerri, respectively. The attackers, who raised no fewer than 50 vehicles, also attacked a military base at Ukwoji on the Owerri-Onitsha Expressway and burnt a soldier in a car before they fled. When contacted, the police public relations officer of the center, James Maduwa, said he could not immediately confirm the actual number of inmates who had returned. Meanwhile, Vice President Osinbajo, in company of Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola, also visited the scene of the earlier attack.
Sure that you've seen for yourself the atrocious damage done to the police headquarters as well as the correctional facility from where we've come here. It's very evident that this is not just an attack. When you attack institutions of law and order and law enforcement, It's evident that it's not an attack on just those institutions, it's an attack on the welfare and the well-being of the people, especially when you free prisoners and persons who may be dangerous to the community, dangerous to the people. When such a thing happens, it's an attack on the people themselves, which is why this is particularly atrocious and condemnable. As I said, earlier, the government has already taken steps to enhance security here and in the correctional facility and in the state generally, and that's a continuing process. Consultations are already going on with the security agencies in the state and the federal security agencies, and I'm sure that we will see a much more enhanced security arrangement in the state. But just to say that this is without excuse, whatever the motives of the perpetrators, it is completely it is so egregious, so wrong, so cowardly. You cannot condemn it enough. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With possible harm that could come to them from hardened criminals on the loose. These acts, therefore, are capable of unleashing anarchy and gravely imperil the lives and property of the Nigerian people. The perpetrators are without doubt the enemies of the people and should be treated as such. It also has the characteristics of terrorism, meant to put fear in the people, disrupt communal peace, and create disaffection among the people. The federal government will react appropriately by going after these criminals and make them to face the full wrath of the law. We will leave no stone unturned in fishing them out. Make no mistake, they will be hunted to the ends of the earth. They can only run, but they cannot hide. We shall bring them to justice, or in the alternative, take justice to them, wherever they may be. Additional security will be provided for all custodial centers from now on, for the safety of the personnel and inmates and security of the facilities. Full investigation will also commence immediately. I am appealing to all escaped inmates to voluntarily return to custody. Those who read this call will be given amnesty.
The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Muhammad, has appealed to members of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria to call off their industrial action. Justice Muhammad made the appeal to the judiciary workers following a meeting with some of its officials. His media aide, Ahuraka Isa, said in a statement the meeting was convened to explore solutions and ways to mitigate the impact of the ongoing strike on the nation's judiciary sector. At the end of the meeting, the CJN asked the union officials to sheath their swords while the process of making state governments obey the Executive Order 10 and various court judgments on the autonomy of the judiciary were being implemented. A delegation of members of the House of Representatives has met with some officials of the United States to discuss ways by which Nigeria and America can work together to address the security crisis in the African country. Chairman of the House Committee on Media and Publicity, Benjamin Kalu, who was part of the delegation, made this known in a statement issued on Wednesday. According to the statement, the House delegation was led by Chairman of the Committee on Defense, Jimmy Benson, who was accompanied by Chairman of the Committee on Army, Abdul Razak Namdas, Deputy Chairman, Committee on National Security and Intelligence, Adejoro Adeogun, and Kalu. The U.S. team was led by the Deputy Chief of Mission, Ms. Kathleen Fitzgibbon, who was accompanied by other military officers. Christian Association of Nigeria, Kaduna State Chapter, has knocked out comment by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, over his attack on Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka's Easter message on palpable menace of insecurity in the country. Speaking in Kaduna at the special prayer session for peace and security, the chairman Christian Association of Nigeria Kaduna State Chapter, who doubles as the vice chairman of 19 northern states, Reverend Joseph Hayap, frowned at why the cleric is always singled out for attacks by the presidency and likes of Garba Shehu whenever he speaks the truth to those in power. He said Kuka expressed dismay at the precarious state of insecurity in Nigeria, describing Nigeria as a killing field. He said a reaction by Garba Shehu referring to Bishop Kuka's message as ungodly and unholy is unacceptable by the Christian body, and Nigerians can further call on government to be at peace with those that speak the truth and not to make them objects of media blackmail.
We hear them coming out to challenge him, and the word being used by Garba Shehu is simply that his message is unholy or ungodly. I want Garba Shehu to know that he is the one making ungodly statements to Nigeria. If Garba Shehu will be man enough to go back and sit down and listen to himself in the past 6 years, Garba Shehu have caused this country so much embarrassment by his ungodly statement. When Kuka asks them to do what is right, is it what is wrong? Let him just show us one thing there that Kuka said that's not true. I want to even answer him. He said Kuka should go to Adama or Borno and find out. The people will tell him that life now is better. In which country? Are we not in Nigeria? Or is Garba Shehu living in another federal republic of another country, not Nigeria? Because in Nigeria, I can tell him what is happening in Borno, tell him what is happening in Yobe. Just as they feel they have privilege to have information, we too know what is happening. The church is virtually everywhere. And a lot of our members have been victims. So we know the story. We know the pains they are going through. So there's nothing that has changed. So we cannot celebrate our government just because we want to be nice guy. We have to tell our government the truth because we even want them to be better. The fact is that I must commend Kuka for being that voice that is consistent saying the truth. This country do not want to speak the truth because people are afraid. If we keep quiet, evil will come and take us on our bed. But when we speak, we may help the president to know what he do not know. We may help our governor to know what he do not know. We may help those leaders to know what they did not know. We will help the IG, we will help the service chiefs to know what they do not know. So I want to appeal to the service chiefs, the governors, the president and his team, all those who are responsible. Please, can you just manage and try 1 month? Pay attention to Nigeria, and you will see that in the 6th week, things will change. What is happening today is that they don't pay attention to Nigeria, they only pay attention to praise singers. That's why one single voice like me or Kuka or anyone against them, they will not sleep. They will now cook stories against you, they want to blackmail you, they will buy media as after you, they will buy them and they will speak bad. But speaking bad about us is not the problem. Do what we are pleading with you to do, not for us, for the general people.
And that's news now. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Michael Nas.